So let's start with some of the basic labs. This is what your basic medical doctor is going to order when you go in. I do like to look at these. This is important. Your HDL total cholesterol ratio, LDL total cholesterol ratio, your VLDL. These are all important tests to really take a look at, but how I assess it is going to be quite a bit different than what your medical doctor might assess, because sometimes what they do is they just look at, okay, total cholesterol is at this number, greater than 200. We need to do something about it. And then they forget about all the other things, the HDL, LDL. So maybe you have a really high HDL, maybe it's in like the 60s or 70s, making your total high, but your LDL is actually below 120. And then your total might be at like 220, 230, something like that. That's actually very healthy. So you got to look at all the factors, put them all together to really come up with an appropriate assessment there. So that's the basic stuff. But I don't want to just stick there with the basic cholesterol labs because it doesn't give me enough information. I like to go further. I like to order what's called the ApoProtein B test. This is a protein that holds the chylomicrons, which are cholesterol-laden units. And then it also has LDL, lipoproteins in there, it holds all those. And LDL could be looking pretty good, but then possibly your apoprotein B is elevated. And then your cardiovascular risk greatly elevates with this apoprotein B. And most doctors don't order this, even though there's extensive research on this. So it's very important to take a look at your apoprotein B to see if your cardiovascular age is actually good. So if you have an elevated apoprotein B, your cardiovascular age isn't doing very good. Even if your HRV and your PWV, or your cardiovascular age on your Oura Ring or Apple Watch or whatever assessment tool you have, is looking good, if your apoprotein B is high, that's going to increase your cardiovascular risk.